The bold and the beautiful B&B spoilers hint that Thomas Forrester, Matthew Atkinson, may sound the alarm over a new soap pairing. Will Thomas come blowing back into Lowe's Angels and see some warning signs? Although Thomas returned to Hope Logan Spencer's Annika Knoll design team, he opted to keep living in Paris. Thomas didn't want to uproot Douglas Forrester, Henry Samiri from his life there, so he's just traveling back and forth to Lowe's Angels as needed. Thomas can work remotely for the most part, but there'll be times when a trip to LA is required. There'll inevitably be certain business meetings and eventually fashion shows that need to be attended in person. In other words, it's just a matter of time until Thomas returns and gets involved in the story again. Of course, it makes sense that Thomas will cross paths with R.J. Forrester, Brian Nicolte, and catch up with his younger half-brother. B&B fans haven't seen any scenes featuring Matthew Atkinson and Brian Nicolte yet, so it'll be fun to see if they have a nice brotherly vibe on screen together. Thomas could potentially give RJ some advice, especially if he fears troubling news is on the horizon in RJ's love life. RJ already seems rather smitten with Electra Forrester, Lania Grace, so Thomas may sense that RJ's eager for a romance with her. Considering Thomas' own disastrous romantic history, he might provide a cautionary tale. RJ loves to repeat that same last name, no relation mantra when it comes to Electra. Thomas may understand on some level since there was a time when he pounced on Ivy Forrester, Ashley Brewer, and had that same mentality. Plus, Hope is Thomas' stepsister, so he's got experience keeping it in the family. That said, Thomas might warn that things can get messy when you fall for people tangled up in your family tree, even if you're not related by blood. Thomas might also reflect on all the years he spent chasing after Hope when her heart perhaps always belonged to Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton. It's easy to imagine Thomas worrying that if RJ chases after Electra, he's just going to face devastation when she chooses Will Spencer, Crew Morrow in the end. Thomas may warn that meant-to-be couples have a way of coming back around and urge RJ to remember that if Electra splits from Will. Bottom line, Thomas may sound the alarm to RJ sooner or later, so stick with us for updates on his point of view.